Well, when it comes to social media, we all know there are lots of viral moments, but there is one viral moment that has actually gone viral at least 8 times. And that woman, teacher, I should say, and student is joining us here today, Miss Embry, as well as Anthony. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, this video is pretty unique. It's a video of Lift Every Voice and Sing, so in honor of National Black History Month. It's really important to know what your thoughts were during this time, because you're not a teacher anymore, but
No.
this video is still going viral.
Yes, that just shows the impact of teaching, you know? It all started with me teaching them Lift Every Voice and Sing. A lot of my students didn't really know it, even though it was written and composed right here in Jacksonville, Florida, and the song itself has gained attraction nationally. And so when my students said they didn't know Lift Every Voice and Sing, I was like, say less. So I taught them the song, but the interesting thing was that I taught them the opera way. So it's like, lift every, and the students, as a lot of people know my class, whenever I taught them something, they always made it their own. I allowed space for creativity. And so it typically started with a beat, which was usually Anthony, who was like beating on the desk. Yeah. And usually the kids, it just turned into something beautiful. So.
Anthony, I have to talk. I mean, you are a hit maker, beat maker. I mean, do you have a nickname in this? Because without you, there was no voice, no thing, right?
Yeah, it was just like, I don't know. It was just we just had fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just fun, to be honest. Because we was just all one big happy family, you know, and we just all got along, and it was just fun, to be honest.
Now, I have to mention, right now, this is his senior year.
Yes.
That was 5th grade. So
Yes.
that means this goes viral, you said, pretty much
Every year. Every year, it's like clockwork. On the month of February, their video goes viral again and again and again and again. Somebody shares it, it goes viral again. And it just brings so much joy. Like, you can't watch the video without smiling or without kind of like nodding your head or jamming to it. But it really brings back memories for a lot of people, especially more seasoned folks. Like, a lot of times they talk about when they used to learn that song when they were in elementary, or it just brings them to a place where they're like, man, I wish school was like that again. And it can be if we allow students to just be creative and to do things like being on the desk and just be themselves in the classroom.
Speaking of beating on the desk and things like that, oftentimes teachers think of that as something negative, but you took that and allow these students to express themselves.
Yes, and that was important for me. Like, I was not the best student growing up. As a matter of fact, I actually got kicked out of school. And so I ended up becoming a teacher, and I gravitated towards students who were typically misunderstood like me. I remember keeping a journal, always saying things like, God, I just feel so misunderstood. I just feel like my teachers don't understand me. I get in trouble all the time for things that I wasn't even trying to do. And so, like, students like Anthony. I had Anthony as a student for 4 years. He looped with me from 2nd grade to 3rd grade to 4th grade to 5th grade. And so when he says we were like a family, we were. Before I even had a child, like, they were my kids. And they still are my kids. I still keep in touch with a lot of them. And I mean, they're my students, they're my kids. And it was important for me for them to be able to come into a school setting and not feel like they had to turn pieces of themselves off. They could be their true selves, whether it's beating, whether it's singing, dancing, whatever it is. Bring it into the classroom. This is the space for it.
Anthony, was it like to have a teacher like her?
It was, I would say it was kind of surreal, because like when I would go in the classroom, well, back in the day, when I go in the classroom, like 1st grade, 2nd grade, it was bad. I was a bad kid, I'm not gonna lie. And then like, once I met Miss Embry, it was just like, she was just like a second mom to me. So that would, that would just help me in the classroom, outside of school, and she just improved my overall behavior.
Well, for kids who are at home, who are watching your story and saying, I like beating on the desk, that's how I express myself, there's something about it that helps me learn, what would you tell them? How did you connect to Miss Embry? Like, what was it about her that allowed you to let go and trust her in order for you to get to the next level? Because it's your senior year now.
Mm-hmm. Like she said, I just felt misunderstood. That's pretty much it. I just really felt misunderstood because, like I said, in 1st grade, I was a bad kid, and just like, I didn't really know myself. So once I met Miss Embry, she led me to the person who I am today. So.
Now, I don't like saying bad kid.
Yeah, I was just about to say
kid
he wasn't bad, he was bored. I always say kids aren't bad, they're just bored. They don't have a space to be themselves. And so sometimes teachers can make you feel like you were bad. So like the beginning of our story, I actually got Anthony because he was in another teacher's class and he kept getting in trouble. And so I actually went to the principal's office and requested for him to be put in my class because he wasn't bad, but people made him feel like he was. He was just a student who got bored, who was misunderstood, and his behaviors that should have been really
uplifted.
Yeah, in the classroom were kind of like shunned. And so you weren't bad. And a lot of kids now, like a lot of times kids feel like they're bad and they're just really great kids who just need a teacher to understand them.
All right, so I want you to remember that too as well, because you're going to definitely be talking about this again. You're going to inspire somebody who's looking at this story too as well. I want to talk about where you're headed to next, because that was 5th grade, right? And going through all of this viral moment has led you into a place where children actually look up to you, Anthony. So you are a basketball player. This is your senior year, and you're going to where? Where are you? What are the schools that you're interested in?
The schools I'm interested in now are Bethune-Cookman, University of Alabama, FAMU, and yeah, that's pretty much it for right now.
I feel like I heard the Rattler Nation just strike again when you said that. But what does it, feel like to know that college is so obtainable now? Did you feel like that was attainable when you were in 5th grade?
College wasn't even in my mind in 5th grade. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, it was just because like I said, it was just like in the 1st grade. I wouldn't say bad again, but I was just on the wrong track.
Yeah. So when you look back at that video, do you recognize yourself?
Yeah. Yes and no. I was like, yo, this is like, it was surreal.
Yeah.
It was surreal.
What about when you see the video going viral? Does it surprise you? Because your mom just told me, she said she was just on Facebook and then all of a sudden she saw the video again.
It definitely surprised me because the first time I wasn't at the school, but the second time I was. So second time it went viral, I was like, okay. That's nice.
All right, so we know that you're not a teacher anymore, but you still are inspiring teachers left and right. This video, it just doesn't stop with this video. Tell us what you're working on now.
Yeah, and so after leaving the classroom, I became a technology specialist, and then I went on to work for Minecraft Education. I really knew that we needed more unconventional methods to teach students to really capture them so that we can engage them in the learning process. So now I actually serve as a consultant, specifically focusing on educational technology to really work with educators around the world to ensure that they're creating spaces where kids can just be themselves, have fun, whether it's through gaming or singing or feeding or whatever it is.
All right, so for folks at home who are looking at your story and are truly inspired, especially teachers, what would you tell them to keep them going and inspiring and using social media as a form of learning?
Yeah, so one, share. If you're allowed to, I always got permission from my parents before sharing their videos. Just share the wonderful things that you're doing to inspire other teachers who may feel like a bird with tied wings in the classroom. So never be afraid just to share the wonderful things that you're doing. Teachers are very humble, and so sometimes it's hard to kind of like say, like, these are the amazing, incredible things that are happening. And so share and just allow students to be themselves. All of these moments that have went viral in our classroom, it wasn't me. People keep giving me credit. It is not me. That's not how I taught the song. It's the students, and just allowing a space for them to be creative, and they will create something beautiful.
All right, Anthony, so she doesn't go anywhere. She was at your, I think it's senior night, right? Or you guys take pictures. I mean, so she's not going anywhere.
You can't get rid of me.
What does that mean to you to know that this teacher truly cares about you and cares about your success?
It meant a lot because, like I was saying back, she's like a second mom. Just in the classroom, she would help me. Like anything I need, Miss Hedges did. Yeah. I really appreciate that.
All right, do you still beat on the desk? What are you doing now? You're not doing too much beating. You could beat us to break.
Yeah, I can, but take a break from it.
All right, well, thank you both so much for joining us. Thank you for what you do, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see this again next Black History Month. But until then, thank you so much, and good luck in your future and your success. Teachers like this, you're going to remember her for the rest of your life.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All